My name's Dave Stevens and I'm the Occasional Gardener. Today we'll be looking at planting some Sternbergia bulbs, and at the end of the video we'll be looking at some of my cyclamen, only a couple of them, that look like they need a little bit of TLC. So that's a couple of things to be getting on with today, and let's crack on. Oh, it's always nice getting a little box of bulbs in the post, pulling it open and then having to find out what's inside. It's not just having a little rummage. Well, we're getting the bulbs out here and let's have a little look at them. It's always a bit problematic sometimes when you get bulbs off of people. You've never got them off before. Let's have a look at these. Well, they don't look too bad. Quite fresh. Not shriveled or dry or anything like that, and they've come into growth. And looking at them sort of quite closely, they look quite healthy. A small bulb, they're crocus-like really, but they're an autumn flowering. So let's get them planted up. I always like to use terracotta pots because they sort of breathe really. Plastic things can stay a little bit damp in plastic. Plenty of drainage. Now the soil I'm going to use is John Innes number 3 mixed with quite a bit of extra grit. They do like it very free draining, a little bit of sand as well, but the John Innes has already got that in it, so it's just extra grit really. They like it very free draining. I'm going to start these off in the pot, and I'll probably grow them on for the next year or so in there, see if they bulk up a bit. And then I'll probably plant them out in the garden in a nice sort of sunny spot. They like somewhere. Oh yeah, grow more, a little bit of grow more, slow release fertiliser. A little sprinkle, it just gives them a little boost. Fiddling about like that. Get my dibber out, and we'll then start getting them planted up. Well, these are, the common name is Sternbergia lutea, but the correct name is sicula, Sternbergia sicula, which is common names like winter daffodil, autumn daffodil, or if you're in the States it's fall daffodil. Name is lily of the field. Always yellow. They're distributed quite widely in the Mediterranean, from the Balearic Islands in the Western Mediterranean through to Tajikistan in Central Asia. So they've got quite a wide distribution in their wild habitats. They start to flower about September, November, and when flowers gone, the leaves remain through the winter, and then they die down in the late spring and into the summer. They like to be kept very dry during the summer. Plant them somewhere where they can get sort of a little bit baked, a little bit like tulips really, in a sense. They like a little bit of a baking. They're quite hardy in this country. That's the British Isles. As long as it's well drained, as I said, and they go through a nice warm dry period in the summer. Alkaline soil, yeah, well, more or less anything really, not, you know, as long as it's dry. The RHS have given it an award of garden merit, so that's usually quite a good indication that they're a good doer. Right, well that's that. Put a bit of grit on. Plenty of grit. And where we go there. That's that sorted. And we'll see how they carry on. I would have liked to have planted a few more, but I just want to see how they come on. I've never grown them before, so we'll see how they get going. And of course the most important thing at the end of doing anything like that is to get the label done. I'll probably get round to it in a minute. So that's it. Get me a pen. As I said earlier, I was going to look at some cyclamen. These are a couple of different ones. Cyclamen alpinum. Right, that's that. Cyclamen silicium and Cyclamen rependum. I'll put some photos up of them independently. I just want to have a look at these, just see if they're doing anything in the pots, because they don't seem to be doing anything. So as they say, curiosity killed the cat, and let's have a look, see what's going on. So let's have a look at the rependum to start with. Let's take that out. Lose all the gravel. Right, for a start, I can see that something's happening. So this looks like it's quite happy. I'm not going to have too much of a dig about, because something is definitely happening. I don't know if you can see that. There's a fine new shoot coming from the culm itself. That should be getting going quite soon. Rependum, let's put the gravel back, but while we're doing that, I'll give it a little bit of a feed. Let's mix that in. We'll put that back there. Right, let's have a look at the next one. So we've got here alpinum. Well, as we can see, there's nothing much happening in there at the moment. The problem we get with cyclamen is that they, for one reason or other, they can, if you overwater them, they can rot off. So, but sometimes they just do that of their own accord, even if you've been treating them like royalty really, and looking after them no end. They still sometimes turn their toes up and die on you, but anyway, let's have a look at this one. Let's take the corn out. No, well that's died. The corn's disappeared. Totally, there's nothing left of it at all whatsoever. There's remnants of some roots there. So let's have a look at the next one. This is, well actually it's got a little erinus growing in it, but we don't want that. This is Cyclamen silicium. These are a little bit easier, not quite so fussy, but they do sometimes, if they get too wet again, they don't like it. No, that one's died as well. Might think it's a shame, but that just happens. I'll use these clay pellets again because they add good drainage at the bottom of pots, and they let more water through. Sometimes bits of crop get clogged up. They say that they don't, but they do. So I always like to use something that allows free drainage, and the beauty of these is because they're fired at such a high temperature, they never rot down. This compost I'll recycle. I won't reuse it straight away. It'll go in my little compost bin and mix it with a bit of green matter and that sort of thing, and I will eventually reuse it. Let's escape there. Another escapee. Right, I'll just go off and tip this in the bin. Well, that's that. Thanks for watching. A little short video there on a couple of different things, and happy gardening.